Family Guy may look like a freewheeling gag machine, but every so often, the writers fire off a joke that ends up looking eerily prophetic years later. Today, we're counting down 10 moments where Quahog called the future, and then we're tacking on 3 more under-the-radar predictions you probably never noticed. For each entry, we'll set the scene inside the episode, break down the real-world event that followed, and talk about why the coincidence still sends shivers down the spine. Grab a Pawtucket Patriot, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in. 1. Quarantines and Anti-Vaxxers, Season 14, Hot Shots. In 2016, Lois and Peter convince an entire town to skip their shots. Within minutes, Quahog is a biohazard zone behind yellow barricade tape, and the only exit is a mass vaccination drive run by hazmat crews. 4 years later, COVID-19 turned that cartoon farce into our daily reality. Rolling lockdowns, drive-through, jab sites, and bitter arguments about personal freedom versus public health. The show didn't foresee a novel coronavirus specifically, but it absolutely nailed the social script that played out on talk shows and in Facebook comment wars. 2. The Boston Marathon Bombing, Season 11, Turban Cowboy. A throwaway cutaway gag shows Peter bragging that he won the Boston Marathon, then flashes to him plowing through a pack of runners in his car. Worse, a B-plot has Peter groomed by terrorists. The episode aired a month before 2 brothers set off pressure cooker bombs near the real finish line on April 15, 2013, killing 3 and wounding hundreds. Fox yanked the clip from streaming sites, but fans still trade screen caps as proof of Family Guy's unnerving timing. 3. Robin Williams' Tragic End, Season 10, Viewer Mail Number 2. In a dark segment titled Fat Man and Robin, Peter wishes that everything he touches turns into Robin Williams. Millions of hyperactive Robins later, he begs death to make it stop, hinting at self-harm. UK reruns happened to schedule that short on August 11, 2014. The very evening news of Williams's suicide broke worldwide. British viewers saw the sketch literally minutes before alerts hit their phones, making the coincidence one of the show's most chilling moments. 4. Caitlyn Jenner comes out, Season 7, We Love You, Conrad. Back in 2009, Stewie scoffs, Bruce Jenner is a beautiful, elegant Dutch woman. The gag lands because at the time, Jenner was known only as the Olympian patriarch on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. 6 years later, Bruce announced her transition to Caitlyn, gracing the cover of Vanity Fair and pushing trans conversations into the mainstream. The episode re-aired repeatedly during the news cycle, and Family Guy even played the clip in a later season to remind us they'd called it first. 5. Kevin Spacey's Hat Me Too Fall, Season 4, Don't Make Me Over. Cut to baby Stewie streaking through a mall shrieking, "Help! I've escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement." Audiences in 2005 laughed it off as non sequitur absurdity. Fast forward to 2017. Actor Anthony Rapp and many others accused Spacey of sexual advances and assault. Career-ending allegations that echoed exactly the basement rumor the cartoon floated 12 years earlier. 6. Paul Walker and Brian Griffin, One Grim Week, Season 12, Life of Brian. November 2013 was rough for anyone named Brian. On Sunday the 24th, Family Guy killed off its talking canine in a freak car crash. 6 days later, actor Paul Walker, who'd played Brian O'Connor in Fast and Furious, died in a fiery accident during a charity ride in California. Fans flooded forums with side-by-side headlines mourning Brian dead in car crash, turning a sad coincidence into meme legend. 7. Charlie Rose's career implosion, Season 15, The New Adventures of Old Tom. Peter compares disgraced anchorman Tom Tucker to CBS icon Charlie Rose. Then we cut to Rose reading the news while visibly hungover. The joke aired in 2016. By November 2017, Rose was fired from both CBS and PBS after a bombshell Washington Post report detailed decades of sexual harassment. He wasn't undone by booze, but the show still foresaw the veteran journalist falling hard and fast. 8. Barry Manilow's Public Coming Out, Season 6, Back to the Woods. Peter, Joe, Cleveland, and Quagmire are secret Fanilows until Barry himself serenades Quagmire with Mandy, flipping the gendered love song on its head. The wink went from joke to reality in 2017 when the singer confirmed he was gay and happily married to manager Gary Keefe. Fans mostly said, well, we knew, but Family Guy had already sung that tune 9 years earlier. 9. Brett Ratner, Under Fire. Season 10, Lego My Mago. During a Taken parody, Stewie infiltrates an underground auction where wealthy creeps bid on underage girls. The announcer casually name-drops director Brett Ratner as the next bidder. In 2017, 5 years later, 6 women accused Ratner of sexual misconduct, costing him producing gigs on Wonder Woman 2 and the Oscars. He hasn't directed a studio movie since. 10. Justice Antonin Scalia's Sudden Death. Season 5, Meet the Quagmires. When Peter messes up the timeline, Death lists a few fixed points, quipping that Dick Cheney will one day accidentally shoot Justice Antonin Scalia while hunting. In real life, Scalia died in his sleep on February 13, 2016, the morning after a quail hunting trip in Texas. No vice presidents were involved, but the circumstances, a hunting retreat and a heart-related demise, line up uncannily with Death's throwaway spoiler. Bonus predictions 11. Passion of the Christ 2, from cutaway to actual production. In the 2005 comeback episode, North by North Quahog, Peter steals a screener for The Passion of the Christ 2, Crucify This, gleefully imagined as a buddy cop sequel starring Jim Caviezel and Chris Tucker. For years, that premise felt like peak absurdity, until actor Caviezel and director Mel Gibson confirmed that a real sequel, Resurrection, entered development and is slated to film in Italy, aiming for a 2025 Good Friday release. 12. Bill Cosby's sex abuse scandal foreshadowed Season 7's We Love You, Conrad, 2009, contains an innocent-sounding line about reality star Lauren Conrad boosting her fame with a computer-animated sex tape featuring Bill Cosby. At the time, Cosby still held America's Dad status. 5 years later, dozens of women came forward with allegations of drugging and assault, leading to civil judgments and a brief prison stint. The once untouchable comedian's legacy collapsed, exactly the kind of sordid secret Stewie joked about. 13. Iceman comes out, 8 years after Quahog said so in Hell Comes to Quahog, 2006. An ice trail leads Bobby Drake, aka Marvel's Iceman, straight into a gay bar, while his wife looks on, baffled. The gag riffed on long-running fan speculation, yet Marvel wouldn't officially reveal Iceman as gay until 2015's Uncanny She-Men 600. Comic sites quickly pointed back to Family Guy for predicting the character's journey almost a decade before the retcon. And there you have it, 13 times. Quahog gazed into a crystal ball and got it right. Maybe the writers just have impeccable insider gossip. Maybe it's plain old coincidence, or maybe Seth MacFarlane really does own a sports almanac from the future. Whatever the reason, these episodes prove that beneath the fart jokes lies a satirical radar that occasionally locks on to tomorrow's headlines. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, share with your fellow animation nerds, and let me know in the comments which predictions stunned you the most, or if there's another eerie moment we missed. Until next time, keep your eyes on Family Guy, because you never know which cutaway gag will turn into tomorrow's breaking news.